Oh, that is good coffee. Oh, this thing's on. All right. That's right. You've seen the title of the video. Ladies and gentlemen, start your bitchins. I'm not kidding. All they have left is one more episode. And yet they're still out there on this wagon about how the show's become woke. Oh my God. I'm not kidding. They're sounding as bad as those idiots who were over there on, what was it? I think it was Transformers.com. Now, I don't know how many of you folks were around for this, but when Michael Bay first started working on the Transformers movies, they had a site for it. And they literally had this chat, this message board and everything for it. And it's reminding me a lot of what I saw then. I'm not kidding. It's what we're seeing now. It's like, get ready for this. This is the one that really, really... There were actually grown men and women on this thing saying things like, "They're raping my childhood." Ladies and gentlemen, unless you were a fan of Battlestar Galactica 1978, and then you were one of those fans who wrote a letter getting the show to be put back on the air, unless you're one of those people who went through all this and then got Galactica 1980 as a result, you have no room to complain. None. Not one iota. Or even better yet, if you're a fan of classic Trek and then, what you say, look what's happened post, the Abrams era and whatnot. But the thing that gets my goat is, as I've told you all, I don't watch Starship Dysentery. I don't watch any of that stuff because I'm not interested in it at all. I am not going to spend the rest of my life worrying about what someone else is going, or how someone else is going to interpret the story arc, continuity, and canon of a television show. And I've been telling people this for years. If you sit down and try to figure out the actual storyline for Doctor Who, you're going to be there for years. You're going to need physics equations. You're going to need a bloodhound and a Ouija board to even get anywhere near the right order. Okay? And I agree with you. I've enjoyed this whole era. I cannot see what was so terrible. If you go into something saying, I'm going to hate it, you're going to hate it. It's that simple. Like, I used to hate Brussels sprouts when I was a kid. Yet, now that I eat them all, I love them. I eat them all the time. They're trying to preach guidelines and strict regulations for a show that has never followed any really guidelines or strict regulations. I died laughing because I was in a podcast not all that long ago, and somebody actually said they need to start laying down a set of rules as to what is allowed to be touched and what isn't. And I go, and the second you do that to a showrunner, you might as well piss it away and toss this show out the frickin' bin. Because if you limit what a showrunner can do, then they're not going to want the job anyway in the first place. They're going to say no. Because if I'm not allowed carte blanche and I'm not allowed to explore my version of what this is, why should I, do it? Okay, Nerdrotic is angry. Nerdrotic is angry over anything that has a female lead. I want, like I said, you and I know what the true story is, don't we? Sooner or later, people are going to figure it out. The guy is just, that magic M word that I won't mention, otherwise I'll be called woke. Okay, let me give you my latest example. Hang on, all right, I got it on the wrong screen. All right, get ready for this one. This is the one that really caught my goat. Now, it says here, and I quote, "And if you want to have this video taken down, too bad. Fair use. You posted this. This is what you wanted the public at large to read. Too bad." I grew up on Tom Baker and stuck with it right up until the truly dire amateurish exploits of McCoy. I was thrilled by McGann, Eccleston, and Tennant, but my go-to show is nothing more than a woke soapbox, a farcical joke of a show, a faint echo of something I once found great. Good riddance to Chibnall. And I'm sitting here thinking, what do you think RTD is going to do? If you think it's bad now, RTD is now going to have, sure, the BBC will still be there somewhere. What do you think? What do you think the Fat Welshman's going to do? Rusty, openly gay man. What do you think he's going to do with this show? He's going to do whatever the hell he wants with it. He ain't going to give a damn what you say. And the funniest part is, he's going to get ratings out the butt. And I'll tell you why. And of course, Nardi and the bully and the gang will be sitting there wiggling their wieners and touching themselves in funny places for weeks on end. About how right they were. And the thing is, folks, from what I've heard, the new, Doctor Who, as under Bad Wolf, they're going from an estimated budget of like £1 to £1.5 million per episode to somewhere in the neighborhood of £6 million per episode. This is going to be a budget so huge, they even RTD and them have been saying, oh my God, we don't even know what to do with this money. Which is why, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, there's going to be no comparison. Sorry. Allergies have been at it all day today. Exactly. Chris Chibnall did nothing in the last few years. His cardinal number one sin that they've been crucifying him for the last 5 years is the fact he had the balls to put a female doctor in the TARDIS. That's the only thing that's wrong with it. They were never going to give Jodie a chance. It was literally a classic case right out of Judge Roy Bean. What do you have to say before we find you guilty? Or one of my favorite lines, I think it was from Legal Eagles. Let's give her a fair trial, then we'll convict her. Because that's exactly what's been going on for the last 5 years. It's been nothing but one big crucifixion. And every time anything goes the wrong way, oh, look, I'm the extreme prophetess or prophet, Nostradamus, a guy who thinks BRB ratings is like, speed dating for chicks named Barb. Okay, it's that simple. It's like they do no research at all. All they do is sit there and go, well, numbers are down for Doctor Who. Folks, all right, let me give you a frame of reference here. The winning show of the night. Someone's under this illusion that Doctor Who used to take on Britain's Got Talent. Anything with a reality show base, you put it up against, you put a program against it, they're going to die. They're going to lose. So I don't know why they went ahead and had an Easter special to begin with, knowing full well BGT was going to be ITV that night. Or at least they didn't shift it to a different time, because that was suicide right there. I don't know why they thought a sci-fi drama was going to stand up to Britain's Got Talent. Where you've got more drama than there ever was, and, more people disappear than in any transmat. I'm not kidding. Anyone ever watch those shows like America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent? And I'm not kidding. Sit down and write down all the people they gave, all the approvals to. You've got so many yeses, yet you never see half of them ever again. They just magically disappear before the others compete for the final show. You see, but that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother genre. But this is the kind of drama these guys put out there. And it probably gets worse. Hang on, let me see if I can find some more good ones. Okay. That was my reply to his message, by the way, in case you see it. Having seen the original Sea Devils many moons ago and vastly looking forward to the episode, I can honestly say it was crap. look at some of these people. It's got to suck as an actor to put so much time and effort into a show and then watch the final product and go, oh, but hey, at least they got a paycheck and had a good time at that one day at catering. I'm not kidding. These are the fans. And I'm loving, here's my other complaint about this last few years. The alleged hidden socio-political messages. Really? Considering the dial dribble we've had from Chibnall, I was pleasantly surprised with this story. Oh, well, there's an admission we don't hear very often. Now, here's the thing. I can agree with them. This was not the best episode on the planet. I can agree with you there. More character and story in this one photo than in Chibnall's entire run. You see, these are your, what do you call it? These are your fans. This is the kind of fandom that the internet has bred. While some, are legitimate, concerns. Yeah, that was another thing I brought up online. I wouldn't count on Hugh Grant. No, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see anybody accepting Hugh Grant as the Doctor. Yeah, that would be shooting himself in the foot. I think they're going to go with somebody either we don't know or we do know. And I don't think it's going to be Hugh Grant. Also, I don't think Hugh Grant would be interested. Come on, he's getting on a bit. All I can say to some of them folks out there, writing these comments, oh man, it gets worse. It got to the point for a while there, I just literally stopped putting stuff on certain sci-fi pages. I just couldn't do it anymore. Because I knew the second... here's the funniest part. I'd post a video, right? And I'd put a standard thumbnail on it. No problem. Everybody, will give their typical likes, dislikes, so they just won't watch it. I put a video up with a thumbnail that either has Jodie Whittaker or Chris Chibnall on it. Next thing you know, there's like 50 billion messages going on about how it sucks, blah, 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 how it's blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. Well, yeah, that's going to be the trade-off. There's a lot of people already saying if RTD goes back to a white male doctor, he's sold out. And like I said, I don't know. I want to see a name before I really start going off on a rant. I want to see them actually perform the role before I go crazy. Oh, sorry. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to judge anybody who goes into the TARDIS based off the color of their skin or anything like that, or what's dangling between their legs or what isn't. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy until I actually see them, perform the role. Plus, you can't really judge it off the first episode either, because we've had some actors. I know it's this damn chair. I know it's getting old. Right now. Wow, that sounds like a haunted house noise, doesn't it? I gotta oil up this chair. Okay, or this noise. I know it annoys the hell out of people. Hang on. Ain't that a spooky special effect right there? Okay, Okay, now as we've seen, coming up, we've got Sophie Aldred popping up. We've got, of course, Janet Fielding returning as Tegan. And, of course, we got other things going on. The thing is, I'm beginning to wonder if there's more going on than that, because there's, like I said, there was talk a while back that Doctors 5, 6, and 7, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, and Sylvester McCoy were seen in Cardiff back during the time they were filming all this stuff. It was also pre-October of last year. Now, if they were involved, in the filming for the Centenary. And the plan is, all right, one story I'm hearing, and this one's been going on a bit, is that something has triggered. All right, like I said, we're going into possible spoiler territory. Batten down the hatches, Mr. Starbuck. Arr. Oh, I got three. We's heading into dangerous waters. Okay. Now, someone claims they saw David Bradley in that photo too, Kevin. Which is going to make this really interesting. Because one version of this story I've heard is this. Now, come around, we're going to have a campfire. Let's all squeeze in, have a group hug. Don't touch her inappropriately. I saw you doing that. All right, now we're going to have a talk. Okay, one version of this story I've heard is that somehow the Master has triggered Jodie's regeneration. Okay? And what happens is when she looks at certain companions, or or at people, who were companions, she for some reason sees the doctor they were with in Gallifreyan robes. Okay, so if we've got Sophie Aldred there, that means that's Sylvester McCoy. Slam dunk. If we got Janet Fielding there, yeah, she did start her trips beginning in Legopolis with the Fourth Doctor, but we know her from the majority of her time on the show as being with Peter Davison. Now, as I asked somebody earlier this week, and they're still poking into this, okay, so if we've got David Bradley, we've got, Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker. If they do follow this storyline, who's going to pop up for 60? It could only really be Nicola Bryant. Bonnie Langford didn't come in until way at the end. And if, they are going to have David Bradley there. Yeah, you beat me to it. You evil bastard. You stole my punchline. Oh, that's it. You walk in the plank, Mr. Critical. Eat it out of your swabbing the deck. Go down in the bilges. Arr. See, I got the hat for this shit. You see, I've had this one a long time. But okay, you usually see it hanging up back there. Time told Doctor no regeneration. No. That's not what they meant by no okay. There you go. Frobisher the Penguin. Yeah, the mesomorph. There you go. Like I said, I think there's a lot more people that are going to be involved in this special coming up than... Arr, Mr. Critical be swimming with the sharks tonight. Arr. Sorry, I can't wear this hat anymore. It's doing bad things to me. Let's see. As a matter of fact, I am saving that hat for the Omega Files. Also, I got another one back there. It's a black one. I even got a Goonies button on it. Well, you got to remember, it was piracy, but it was Walking the Plank and all that came along a little while later, and that was in the Caribbean. That was other side of the world pirates, okay? Susan should have been in all of these specials. I'm not kidding. Well, it won't be a parade. The way they're writing it is the Doctor, well, for some reason, is looking back on different aspects before the big presto change-o. I'm not sure on the length of the episode. You got to remember, every time the BBC is first they were saying the one special was 90 minutes, and it was, oh, looky. Now it's 75, and we're going to call that feature length. Oh. Well, I wouldn't mind Alex Kingston, but, is she available at this point? Yeah, they've been saying that for a while. The next Doctor would be announced in a few weeks. And the truth is, they've got to announce the next Doctor soon because no chameleon. That's it, Anthony Stone. You mentioned the name. You mentioned the name chameleon. I'm gonna kill you for that one. Okay, get out of here. Ugh. Or even worse, I is gonna send you down into the planet with Adric. Okay. Yeah, Susan should have been brought back a long time ago. Matter of fact, Capaldi and Moffat did propose the idea from what I've been told. And they were told, no, we can't do that. I'm hoping Yaz betrays the Doctor. I want this to be like a nail biter. I hope the Master does his magic mojo on her head, like he's done before, and well, there's I haven't heard any mention of Turlo returning. Adric the Lone Survivor. No, Adric is a bunch of atoms that got smacked into the Yucatan Peninsula. Ugh, okay, he's... And that whole DNA crap, yeah, his DNA survived an antimatter explosion. What happened is when Carol Ann Ford came in before those photos with Peter Capaldi and the TARDIS and all that. And it was the same thing that happened when, they had Janet Fielding do pictures with them. I believe Louise Jameson visited the TARDIS set during the 12 era. And Capaldi wanted all of them back. And they just kept saying, no, we can't do that. Ugh. So, like I said, as hopeful as I'd like to get, I don't think it's going to happen. Like I said, trust me, I'd love Carol Ann Ford to be... I just want to see the look. If he's still capable of doing it. Phase it, Tiggany's Drowned 2.0. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, the Drowned story was one of them ones that was being passed around, and I don't think it's true. Yeah, if Liz was still with us, I think she would have definitely been in it. Oh, heck. You got to remember, though, this is a whole different beast. You got to remember when they were filming Doctor Who, Saeed, back in the day in 2004. For one, it was being filmed under the code name Torchwood. Sound familiar? Because that's an anagram of Doctor Who. Just like when they, were doing auditions for the new companion for Matt Smith, and they had Amy, they had Karen Gillan come in. They were auditioning for a project called Panic Moon, which was an anagram of companion. Yeah, to me, Vinder, and that was a wasted storyline. I was like, really? That's what that was all about? Was, the John and Marcia soap opera story there? They wasted all that time on a side story that didn't really amount to anything, other than a happy reunion. But, okay, Okay. Okay, welcome aboard, all you folks just coming in. Like I said, there's 1,000,000,005 bits of speculation out there right now as to what's going on, with, the Centenary special. That's all I've heard basically is that, it's going to be something along those lines about, the Master has triggered, I've even heard one version, I think, that said the Master has triggered the Doctor's regeneration somehow and is trying to get the Doctor to regenerate, or I don't know if it's going to be a steel regeneration story like it was before, because we really don't know how the Master continued on, other than the fact they did give him a new life cycle, I think, to fight in the Great War. Or maybe that's already run out. You know how the Master, goes through lifetimes like that. Yeah, I was really hoping that Jerry, the vendor thing was going to pan out to something interesting, and it just, everyone thought Vendor was going to be Romana. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Oh, man. I was like, really? Ugh. Well, all right, do you think the Master will reveal in the Centenary special after Missy? I don't understand the question because he is post Missy. That was confirmed a long time ago. They even stated that at Gallifrey 1, the Sausage of Wands Master is post Missy. So, how they did it, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see, the Master falling for such a stupid trick from his own self. So I think there was definitely, the one thing you're going to learn about the Master, especially if you're new to this show, the Master always has an escape plan. Or always has a backup plot somewhere. So trust me, it's like, literally like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. It's ugh. I don't know. They're going to have enough hard time wrapping things up, I think, in the Centenary without delving into the Master's past. Yeah, I don't know. It could be because we have seen him. 1 second he's the Rasputin Master, and then sorry about this. It seems this Master is clean shaven, almost like they're younging him up a bit. Yeah, I heard it was one of the Missy series that supposedly explained how she survived and went on and yada 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 after that. No, they won't let Paul McGann have it, sadly. There were tens of thousands of signatures that went out after Night of the Doctor went up, demanding, a Paul McGann, Eighth Doctor Adventures series spinoff. And the BBC said, and Moffat said this too, it would be too confusing to the audience. No, that's why you call the show the Eighth Doctor Adventures. Or something like that. It's like, it's not that difficult. It's like, and, McGann really, McGann should have been in the 50th anniversary special. He should have been the War Doctor. Like I said, as much as I love John Hurt, you haven't missed much, blind chick. You haven't missed a whole lot. Just me ranting a bit about some of the things going on out there in the world. That would be interesting if he did plant like a post-hypnotic suggestion into Yaz. Oh my God, somebody hit the wake up button? Oh my Lord. That's the first time that's happened in 1 billion years. Someone hit a super chat. If 42 is the answer, what is the question? Well, it depends on what version of the story you read. We did have the one version where, because of the effect in the computer, it came out to what is the answer to if you multiply 6 by 9. But then again, it does work out if you use it in a different, I think it's binary or hexadecimal. I can't remember. I'll be shocked if I ever see that money, though. Sometimes folks at the super chat and I never see a thing. I don't know. Well, not necessarily that she has to be under control, Yasmin. It could have been it's a post-hypnotic suggestion, a fallback plan. She would be completely unaware of it. So that would be nice. I know, it's driving me bonkers today, the chair. It really is. I'm gonna definitely have to look into getting a new one, man. It's just, ugh. My PC is being slowed by, I don't know. Let's see here. Uh, okay, take care, Who's Books. Like I said, I'm not going to be on a whole lot longer myself. Uh, see, like, let me give you an example here. Let's see if I can find another one. There's usually another good couple of groups this always happens in. Let's try. Okay, this is one. This is usually. Oh, oh, that's right. I'm not in it under this account. Duh. I had a stupid moment. If I'm there now and then. All right, here we go. All right. Of course, don't forget today was Lou Jameson's birthday. She turned 71, by the way. Okay. Da 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 da. Someone else. All right, now someone else put up a thing. Let's see. Let's get to the usual stuff. Oh my God, they're being respectful and actually giving honest opinions. When did this happen? Okay, so what to say? This is usually one of the groups where if I put anything that has, her name on it. Okay, let's go to all comments. Let's see here. All right. Screen Rant, are you kidding me? They can dress the cake up with all the sparklers, sprinkles, ribbons, candles, and ornaments they like. Sorry, my throat's drying out. But if the ingredients are right and it's not cooked properly, it'll still taste bad. All right, let's see if we can find some. I think it was unnecessary. How many times will a companion have feelings for the doctor? Yada yada. Again, it was Davies retconning in school reunion. Oh, God. So badly written and forced in, with two characters who were never meant to have a love story, clearly, but Chibnall's want to pacify at least one segment of the audience was meant he's wedged in Thasman for them, which makes zero sense, sadly. Oh my God. Just some of the things I read on some of these groups. It's like, I am now a television expert. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's get back to what you guys are doing. All right. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Some of the things I've been reading today are just beyond hilarious. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can find my favorite one here. I like to. Here I go. How far has Fandom fallen? Instead of anticipation, this is what I tweeted, by the way. We have people tweeting Janet Fielding and Sophie Aldred with uplifting messages like, I hope Chibnall doesn't cock it up. And of course, we have this fella right here. Well, he's ruined everything else about the franchise, starting with Torchwood's bikini-clad Cyberwoman through the present day. And I go, yeah, and he also wrote Countryside, which was one of their best. Not to mention, he was in charge pretty much of series 2. Omega Files is recording this weekend. What happened is I was out of town at the family's on Easter, and that's 150 miles there, 150 miles back. So you're talking a well over 5 hour round trip because I don't do highways. I don't do anything like that. I stick to the back roads pretty much, and I get there alive and sane. So yeah, it'll be recording this Saturday at about 7. We're going to get together and record it. I'm going to try to have it out the following day on Sunday, if not sooner. Like I said, it's just depends on how much needs to be, cleaned up and, joined, and sewed up and all that for it. Usually it's just a quick edit and I can have it right up there. So keep your eyes out for it. Omega Files will be out this weekend. Let's see what it. But here's one question I've been wanting to ask y'all, man, and I might even put a poll up for this. Let's go back in time a little bit, because Cyberwoman's the one they always throw up. And I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, they forgot about the sex monster story that happened. You remember day one? That was just, garbage. Let's say we redid Cyberwoman, but we did a makeup effect on the Cyberwoman similar to what they did for Ashad, the lone Cyberman. What would you think of that story then? Would you take it more seriously? That's just, what I'm thinking. And I'm dying laughing because I've not listened to Doctor Who Redacted. But I'm saying is, what if they redid the story and, they gave it updated, really nice effects for the Cyberwoman? Oh God, that's, yeah, but it was just terrible. The sex monster story. Oh God. Sorry about this. My allergies have been terrible today. But I'm just saying, if they had done it with updated effects, do you think everyone would have, received it as badly? Oh God, it's because the one thing they always make fun of is the Cyberwoman. I hate to say it, but I agree with them. It was just looked like a cyber dominatrix to me. It just didn't work. Okay. Yeah, it got a lot better in Series 2. I agree with you there, Fraser. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Loving Monsters, Roger. Oh, God, the Absorbaloaf. Oh, my goodness. And that was because a child had won a contest. And it's like, oh, goodness gracious. It's like, couldn't we have, even had a Scooby-Doo chase in it? Children of Earth, I'm not sure how much of a hand he had with that one, to be honest with you. I'd have to look it up. But when you look at Series 2, we had Exit Wounds and things like that in there. A lot of good episodes in Series 2. Oh, the Sand Monsters. Are we talking about Sleep No More, Justin? Oh, that episode was, ugh. Cyberwoman takes out the... That would be a funny confrontation, wouldn't it? Cyberwoman versus Ashad. I'd get a kick out of that. All right, whoops, I hit the wrong button. Okay, let's see. Yeah, usually I don't really get into this thing, where I argue with folks, because I'm now... A lot of people seem to think because I'll usually just drop an argument and walk away that, oh, look, I won that one, huh? And that's like, no, because I'm a firm believer. I think it was Mark Twain who said, never argue with a fool in public. People might not know the difference. It's not worth it. There's no point in arguing about things like this. There's a lot more serious things going on in the world um, than how the television show is doing. Now, when you look at streaming figures and all that, like I said, yeah, Children of Earth was incredible. Miracle Day sucked ass. Okay, I have to say that right out. It was like they took a 5 episode story and tried to stretch it out into 10 episodes, and it just didn't work. But Children of Earth was awesome. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a shot more. I agree with you. Yeah, making them fully robotic, it's like at that point, how could you still call them Cybermen? It wouldn't, Any actors living or dead would you pick to be your next Doctor? Easily, hands down, Roddy McDowall. Right off the top of my head, Roddy McDowall. Or if I really wanted to go out there, I really wanted a guy who could really nail it, living or dead. Ricardo Montalban, which nobody would have because he's not British, but I'm not kidding. Seeing him in the role as Mr. Rourke for the few years we saw him, that was a character that could 1 minute, be this happy guy, and the next second he was this, sinister bastard. How do you solve the problem of the Cyberlords? I don't know, Rust-Oleum. That's a good one, Mark. About Process Clara, yeah. I loved Ricardo Montalban, yeah, and just about everything he did. He was a phenomenal actor. Hey, like I said, a lot of these guys and gals out there who've played companions before are more than willing to return. And it's just a matter of they've got to, pick up the phone. Yeah, they're going to be worried. Yeah, I agree with you, John. It doesn't look good. They can only hope that the +7 figures are a bit higher. And also, how it does on streaming, that's, the only thing that's going to save it at this point. As far as that episode's concerned. Now, I don't know why everybody's worried about ratings anyway, because they've already pretty much said, RTD's taking over after this. So I really hope they didn't sit down and write down a contract with RTD to only go, well, we've decided we're not going to do it. Okay, John's people who knows people. How old am I? Too damn old. Oh gosh, I turned 51 this June myself. I think Chris Marshall would have been phenomenal myself. I loved him when he was in Death in Paradise. And like I said, the plane. Oh, come on. Poor Hervé Villechaize is no longer with us. Exactly. I don't know why everybody's so worried about the overnights and all that right now, because the 60th is already confirmed. Series 14 is already in the plotting process. Bad Wolf's pretty much taking it over, for the most part, and they've got Sony money. So, yeah, Roger, have you ever watched Fantasy Island, the series and the movie? I highly encourage you to do so. Ricardo Montalban was phenomenal as Mr. Rourke, and in a way, Mr. Rourke was definitely like a Time Lord type character. It's just he was this mystery character who did all these things. It's like so. Yeah, I quit watching Death in Paradise when Chris Marshall left. It's just gotten to be like a revolving door over there. It's like every time, I get you get involved into it, start liking the character, somebody leaves. I think the only two people left from season 1 are the commissioner and the lady who runs the bar at this point. I think it's going to be closer than you think as far as news about the 14th Doctor. I'd have to go check on the betting stats again. I've heard different various names. Like I said, it's very hard to tell. I'm still hearing David Tennant, which would be a good idea for the interim because, not taking over permanently, but as like for a special or two. Now, that's an interesting story about, you brought up China and Legend of the Sea Devils. One reason I heard the episode came in a bit shorter is there was a scene they thought would be offensive to the Chinese, and it was removed. And I don't know what that scene was. I have no idea what it entailed. But since the China and all that's one of their major overseas interests, I can see why. David Tennant played the 10th Doctor. But if he does return and this comes to pass, he's not going to be returning as the 10th Doctor. How can you not hear of David Tennant? Blasphemy! That's it. I can't remember which way it went on. Oh, that's right. It goes like that. Mr. Christian, have Mr. McCambridge fed to the sharks. Lower him slowly over the side of the hull. Head first. Oh, sorry. Yeah, David Tennant. Oh, gosh. But like I said, he's not going to be playing the 10th Doctor if this comes to pass. Like I said, it... Some of the crazy things going on in the chat there. Well, folks, this is going on a bit longer than I anticipated. And I have got to get right. I want to thank Adam out there for the super chats. I always appreciate them. Like I said, I got some running to do. Brian has to go back to work in the morning. I'm in a good mood today. My A1C is down. My weight is down. And they didn't find anything in my butt. So, I'm having a good day so far. Okay, everyone. I'm going to try to do these kind of live broadcasts every now and then. Because sadly, like I said, our time in the parking lot is over for now. Until I can find a way to, resolve that situation with the internet. So take care, everyone. See you on the flip side. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Above everything, please be kind to each other. And we'll see you all in the